What's going on, gamers? We got an interesting video here to cover, and that's Xbox fanboys hating and crashing out and making it obvious that they won't be able to play Marvel's Wolverine on their dead console, which I kind of think is funny because we all know how much they were port baiting him for Spider-Man. And some of the stuff I've seen is absolutely hilarious to me. Definitely certain criticisms where I'm like, this is not real criticisms, and I can tell you don't understand the way Logan works or the way Wolverine works in the comics. Let's start off with this guy right here. We know Rec Gaming's his channel or page. He's nothing but a hating Xbox fanboy. He's also not very trustworthy. He says Wolverine now has superhero strength. Of course he does. Kicking people blocks away. Guys, are we serious here? I didn't know Wolverine couldn't do that, right? Grabbing on zip lines with adamantium, classy, and the line isn't snapping in two. What are we talking about here? This is one of the first posts. You guys should see all these other ones. So the funny thing here is that the gameplay is right here. Let me go ahead and grab my mic right here and get this ready. But I want to tell you guys something. This is what I don't understand. And go down here and let me put this in front of your face. Are you ready to read this? So we can help him out when it comes to understanding Wolverine, right? If you understand the comics like you're supposed to actually understand the comics. Because his skeleton can handle the strain without breaking his own bones. He can lift up to 2 tons. So I wonder what happens if somebody like that wants to kick you. Right, guys? Isn't this like common sense? Oh no, this is Xbox fanboys though, right? You know, they can't find anything real to actually criticize. You should be worried about your dead franchises. Definitely Gears of War E-Day, not even hitting 30,000 players yesterday on Steam open beta. I mean, that stuff is absolutely embarrassing. But we're talking about this right here. Let's go ahead and watch this clip.
Fine by me.
And by the way, Wolverine's supposed to be linear. Not Spider-Man. That's supposed to break, by the way.
The hell? Time for this.
So what was wrong with that, by the way, guys? I'm trying to figure out kicking people blocks away. That was in the same block space. Sprinting at them too with his strength as strong as he is. I'm trying to figure out what's the problem here, right? Or is it just I have insecurities about Xbox not being able to play a game I know I like? And then Insomniac also said this game is going to be 60 frames per second with ray tracing on the base PlayStation 5. They've been carrying this generation. All their games are bangers. What you hating on Wolverine for? Yeah, you're just mad you're not getting it. It's pretty obvious, right? That's one post. So, you know what's so funny? This guy says right here, despite everything you see online and all my personal complaints, go ahead and zoom in a little bit more for you guys. Insomniac has consistently mostly delivered bangers, and I believe they're going to do the same with Marvel's Wolverine. He says they've carried the PS5 generation, that's what I was saying, and their games are always top sellers. Don't listen to Twitter. It's full of nothing but haters. This guy says, notice how it's usually ball and gub games on top of top sellers every month on PlayStation Network. The typical PlayStation gamer is just that. The people carrying these sales are people who don't use PlayStation as their main platform. What a stupid post. This generation has been trash, he says, not the flex you think it is. I wouldn't say it's trash, but there's some parts that have been disappointing, no doubt about that. Now, this is, if you think about commercially, yeah, it's like, you guys are jacking the price up of this hardware way too much. I understand that. But we're talking about a game developed here. Rob says, not gonna lie, this hate boner for Insomniac that's developed over the last couple of years is hella weird and undeserved. Literally, no doubt about that. By the way, this game also has stealth missions, which we know. It's literally developed, and they let you know this months ago of the way that it was going to be. And there's nothing wrong with this game. Guarantee you it scores well, and it outsells Xbox exclusives this year easily by itself. It's a Marvel game, you know what I mean? It's going to be absolutely fine. Sony's dropping 2 Marvel games. It just dropped a Marvel fighting game as well, though we want that to sell a little bit more, but it's still an 86 meta. It's doing well. Wolverine will easily get around that. Now, you should worry about Gears of War flopping at launch and Halo being dead. This is a problem with Xbox fanboys. It's like, this game is going to be successful, and I guarantee you it's actually going to be a really good game. No doubt about that. You can tell Insomniac's Wolverine is looking beast because the main criticism is that it's not the most original game ever invented. I'm going to say that. Also, look through the past histories of these haters and check if every game they love has never been done before. Spoiler, the answer is no. It's right there in front of your face. We also have another clip over here. By the way, Twitter did an update. It's weird. They put your likes inside of history. If you guys hadn't find it, it's like, what the hell? So we got some nice gameplay here saying Marvel's Wolverine gameplay is top notch. Can't wait for September 15th. Let's go ahead and take a look at this and let's see here if this gameplay is trash. It's like, no. And nobody really said that, but it's like, what are we talking about here? And this is 720p footage, by the way. We don't have 4K footage. Then we're going to talk about something else.
You think we'd fuck up something this important? Essex built Team X to protect mutants.
Looks good.
You couldn't even protect him if you hadn't left. Exactly. Enough of this shit. We don't need you, Runt. Never did.
Make this quick! It's been 48 hours since Essex was captured. We may already be too late. You good?
Yeah! Guess Trask and his goons still hate mutants.
Yeah, well, give him a new reason to hate us.
So there's not much gameplay there, but people are giving you teasers because there's previews out. By the way, I don't see what the problem with this game is. It looks like the Wolverine game you're supposed to be getting. Also, if you look into Wolverine as well, and you type in 60 frames per second, by the way, just to let you guys know, Wolverine hits 60 frames per second plus ray tracing on PlayStation 5. You want to know how annoying this generation is with a lot of these games? Don't get me started with Unreal Engine 5 either, having that issue. Insomniac is showing people that they're going to consistently create top quality games, different superheroes, different IPs. On top of that, they're going to give you 60 frames per second for ray tracing. It didn't even say PS5 Pro. So imagine how good this game is going to play on the PS5 Pro. Confirmed, Wolverine runs 60 frames per second with ray tracing in performance mode on base PlayStation 5. That's absolutely impressive. So I don't get the hate by Xbox fanboys here, right? Guys, what's with all the Wolverine hate, right? So yeah, like I said, you go back to posts like this. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He literally makes up and nitpicks about imaginary stuff that's not really even a problem because his console in his world is failing big time. They can't play Marvel's Wolverine. They didn't get any Spider-Man game either. You'd have to go on Steam to do that, but that's not Xbox, that's Steam. You're not going to be playing Spider-Man 3. You're not going to be playing the Venom game too. Yeah, they're working on that. All these games are actually going to be really good games and sell millions and millions of copies. As a matter of fact, all the Spider-Man games have sold insanely well. I think over 15 plus million copies, all of them. So I want to see you do that in the Xbox world. Oh, wait, you can't do that. You can't even get 100,000 players on Steam and an open beta on Gears of War. And that's supposed to be exclusive, right? And not coming to PlayStation. Watch this game that's literally only on PlayStation. It's not coming to PC. Outsell Gears of War E-Day and Halo put together easily. I'm just saying, bro. You're going to have to grab some other sales to kind of help you out. And that's the difference between PlayStation and its market and its IPs. And we're talking about flagship and Xbox and its flagship. What happened to Master Chief? You think I want this to happen though? No, I'm just saying, what happened to Master Chief? What happened to Gears? It's looking like it's just literally going to flop immediately because Microsoft made dumb decisions and they can't stand on their own and literally be like PlayStation and compete head to head with them anymore. Not like you ever won anything. The closest you got was 360. But PS4, you got obliterated. PS5, you got absolutely destroyed. You couldn't even come close to competing. They're literally almost tripling your hardware sales. And when it comes to software sales, even though Sony has made some mistakes, they didn't destroy their generation. And you could cope all you want and hate on Marvel's Wolverine all you want, but when this game comes out, I guarantee you millions of people are going to be playing it and it's going to be doing well. The only game that you're going to be able to cope on, though it's going to be on all platforms, is Modern Warfare 4, but oh my god, it's Call of Duty. They didn't need Microsoft to hit the buy button to have that to be there. That would have just done that on its own. But at the end of the day, that's going to take over and just kill off whatever's left over on Gears E-Day. Sadly, I hate to say it. So we're seeing this right here, right? I think you said right. They gave us Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, which were perfect from start to finish. Then they gave us Spider-Man 2, which was great, but slightly messy and rushed, and now they're the worst. Let's not forget they carried the superhero video game genre since Arkham Knight. I have to agree, the Arkham series, Insomniac has been doing well. They made us forget the flops, which were the Avengers and Suicide Squad games. Y'all will never convince me that the studio that gave us this is absolutely bad. And this is replying to what he's saying earlier. Not gonna lie, this hate boner for Insomniac that's developed over the last couple of years is hella weird and undeserved, but it's coming from Xbox fanboys and insecure fanboys who don't have a PlayStation. Insomniac Games is about to release their 5th game this gen, but they went through hell in late 2023. Rushed to finish Spider-Man 2 on time, then got hit by a hack exposing 1.6 terabytes of data, employees' information, Wolverine and future projects leak, and they still came back stronger to deliver Wolverine. Yet some lowlifes still try to hate on them on this app. I'm forever grateful we have this studio. Now, a lot of people are agreeing with this. 4-second clip completely out of context, and for some reason there is outrage. Twitter has got to be the largest collection of absolutely miserable people in one place. So sad. I see Wolverine gameplay, the complaints, and I just get confused. It's not like the game is 100% like that. It's a foot chase scene. What did they want here? Good thing there's a game for every taste, and I like a lot of types. This one's got me hyped. But you guys kind of getting the idea. These are just miserable Xbox fanboys that can't accept the failure of Xbox. It's right there in front of your face. There's literally no problem here. It literally looks like a Marvel comic game and looks like things Wolverine would literally do. I don't see the problem here. You didn't just get like no whole gameplay demo for like an hour and all this other stuff. It's just people sitting there hating. But go to their world and say, what you got to show me? They don't have anything. It's the same stuff that's literally just way less popular than before, and nobody really cares about it. But everybody's going to care about this game. Everybody wants X-Men games, Wolverine games. It's been demanded for a very long time. So it's funny that you can go all the way down Twitter, and I was just showing you guys this, and you could see all of the hate. Just in this section, there's even more. They're trying to talk about this boss scene. They're trying to find a certain Ben 10 game and compare it to that. And it's like, you could find that type of gameplay for any bosses that are kind of made like that. It's pretty obvious. But I think this game is going to be awesome. I trust Insomniac Games. I know they're good developers. Xbox fanboys are going to be sitting there being salty as Gears of War E-Day flops and then it falls off a cliff, and all these other games are going to be shining and doing very well. I'm sorry, Microsoft did it. It's not like I want Gears to flop, but it's very limited, and they're put it day one on Game Pass. Stupid. No, you should have tried to sell the game. Everybody knows this. So what do Xbox fanboys have to say about this? This is why I had to make this video. Once again, become a member, leave a tip down below, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys actually think about what I said. And by the way, do you see a problem? And like he says right here, there are full-on stealth sections in Wolverine, and they are awesome. This has 2.1 million views right here, by the way. Yeah, full stealth missions, because Wolverine can do that. The game is designed around the way Wolverine literally is in the comics. You got some people saying, oh, they took away the full open world and then Spider-Man gave us full open world. It's like, do you know that Spider-Man swings around? Like, it literally makes sense that Spider-Man should be designed that way. Wolverine should be somewhat like semi-linear and linear in certain chase scenes. That's literally his personality and soul. That's just the way that he actually works. It's people trying to find a way to make it look negative, because the over PlayStation hate has been pretty obvious lately. I have to say, it's getting slightly out of control on Twitter, and it's mainly on Twitter more than anything. And it just makes me laugh, because I'm like, okay, hold on. If you're a Nintendo fan talking, sure, but even then people are going to obviously come in and debate with you, because that's just how it is. If you're an Xbox fan, please don't say anything. First, you need to really look at your world and focus on that. But of course, the console war stuff continues, so we have to keep making content about it. Later, y'all.